Welcome to Customized. Today we've got an absolutely phenomenal show for you. A very good friend of the show and a friend of ours has invited us over to his property here in Dubai to come and have a look at his vehicles. So he wants to stay anonymous and we will keep his wishes to stay anonymous, but he's given me access to this. Follow me, come have a look at this. I'm in my absolute element, a 6x6 single cab, a 6x6 double cab, and the beast. Now this is our friend's fleet of vehicles that he does overlanding with. The backup vehicles being the single cab, carrying the tray at the back, being able to carry all kinds of equipment with that, either generators, so on and so forth. This guy over here has a massive fridge in, we'll show you that now. Also a backup vehicle, and he has two of these. So this is his fleet. His brother has the other MAN truck, and this is how they do their overlanding. Now, they've just got back from Morocco not too long ago and spent, I'm not sure how many months, I think it was a month or 2 months doing that, but this is how you overland in style. So let's start off with the single cab, and then we'll move across. We're going to do the quick walk around through all the vehicles, but I want to spend a lot more time on the truck over there. This is very similar to the 6x6 that Andrew St. Pierre White and myself took through Oman not too long ago. Also NSV Auto. NSV has done the bar work on this. NSV has done a lot of work on this vehicle to get where it is. But this is your standard single cab 6x6 that we've all got to know and love. The payload on this is incredible, and as a backup vehicle, perfect for this. Right, the dual cab. Now this is what I'm looking to build myself, and it's actually probably going to look very, very similar to this vehicle. This is your dual cab. This is the 4.2 litre with a Safari turbo and Safari snorkel. I'm going to be waiting for the V8 on this particular, on the 79 series to do the build, but totally adequate as a support vehicle. Everything in the truck inside is pretty standard. What I want to look at over here is the canopy and go through the features inside there and the storage and how they utilize the storage for this particular vehicle. Right, so in here we have I think it's a 130 litre National Luna. It's an absolute colossal fridge. So good storage as the backup vehicle. What I love about this feature over here is you would press the button and the whole fridge would come out. Now, this is not connected right now. The owner of these vehicles is not in the country at the minute. So these are in storage and we were allowed to bring them out to film this today. So I love this idea, beautiful idea. The drawer system over here, very rugged drawer system, and it goes all the way through to the middle of the storage bay over here. Well thought of, exceptionally rugged. I think this is definitely from Germany. The owner of these vehicles kits out pretty much everything from Germany. His entire workshop, all his tools, everything comes from Germany. Only the best for his vehicles. So from a storage point of view, I love the way that the system is put together. I'm definitely going to be stealing some tips from here when I'm building mine. I think you agree with me. Closing it up, it just looks damn sexy with these double wheels at the back. 6x6, man, this is the way to go. Right, as far as storages goes, right now this is left open, and what I like about what they've done here is the ability to strap down anything from this mesh that's inside here. So a couple of shelves over here, and this mesh, you could put pretty much anything or build your own racks as it goes. So I'd love to see it when the owner of these vehicles, when they go on expeditions, I'd love to see how they put everything together. But you can see over here, it's pretty much the same as a cargo bay inside an aeroplane, fixing and moving the slots up and down. And the command center, kill switch. This is a 1800 watt inverter over here. I see he's got all his, so this is like his fuse box over here, all the fuses over here. It's pretty difficult to run through a vehicle that I didn't build, and I'm only telling you what I can see on this, but absolutely spectacular, aren't these vehicles? Right, rear of the vehicle. I love the way that this is put together. I would probably do the same with my canopy, only having access from either side and leaving the rear for the wheels. I'd probably have my tent on the top of this, and then my ladder would run from here to access. But BFG, all-terrain, on all his vehicles that I've seen in these garages, you know, can never go wrong with BFG. Once again, good tire, and he's told me the same. From the rear over here, there's an extended, I think it's a 180 litre tank, if I'm not mistaken, but pretty much it's the Long Ranger that's in here. I think there's dual tank system over here. It's got the original 80 litre plus the additional 180 litre. Stand to be corrected, but that's what I can see from here. Right, the 6x6 Land Cruisers absolutely excite me. I'm building one myself. It is my dream truck, but this is incredible. I'm going to try and take you through the vehicle as much as I possibly can. Obviously, the information that I have and trying to remember it in the short time that I've gone through this vehicle, I might mess up. So if the owner is watching this, I apologize if I do mess up on a couple of things, but I'm going to take you through this vehicle to the best of my ability. The articulation on this vehicle is incredible. This has a 45-degree tilt angle, which means that your standard Nissan Patrol, your standard Land Cruiser 200 will tip before this does. Let me tell you why. Most motorhomes, the body is connected to the chassis. Now, this clever piece of equipment down here, which I don't know what the name is, basically allows the chassis to move one way and the body to move another. So as the chassis is moving down, the body counters. Now, I've been told that on this particular vehicle, they've got it into an angle, whereas the cab and the back of the camper part of the truck, there's a 2-foot difference on where the cab goes, where the body goes, and the suspension goes, and the cab articulates 2 feet on either direction. And that's why the tilt angle on this is 45 degrees. Massive, massive, massively important. This truck has so many features, it would probably take me a week to run through everything. So I'm just gonna run through what I've seen and what I've been told real quick. In the back here, in this box, there is a shower. So it's a portable shower at the rear end for a quick shower. Over here, he's got an outlet for 220 volts, so that when they're sitting behind the truck over here in the shade, then he's got an extension cord that plugs in over here, and he can work on his laptop or do whatever he needs. So there's power outlets, 220 volts right throughout this truck on either end. And the reason for that is there is no awning on the side of this truck. Why would you ask that? Well, the truck is so big that whichever way you park it, the truck would throw such a large shadow, and if the sun was right above you, this area over here is probably bigger than most awnings 2-meter awnings would give you anyway. So there is no need for an awning. It is just whether you'd place your chair on either side of which side of the vehicle. So having accessibility to a shower over here, a shower in the front, a shower on the side, having accessibility to electricity on all ends of the vehicle is important. A rear view camera I see over here, and tons of storage, absolute tons of storage. So let's move around to the side of the vehicle. Okay, so this truck has 800-liter fuel capacity. It has 900 liters water capacity. It's just incredible. It takes overlanding to a whole new dimension on how I look at overlanding and how I always have to conserve space, conserve weight, conserve everything. This just totally throws the rule book out and is, wow, phenomenal. So I'm going to take you inside this right now and we'll have a look at some of the features internally and I will tell you what I can remember. Okay, so we need to get into this truck. I'm not the shortest person in the world. My wife would definitely not get in here. But as you'll see, everything in this lorry is touch of a button, automated, ready to go. So I'm going to take my shoes off. Mr. Cameraman, you need to take your shoes off as well, please. And we're going to go into the truck. Okay, lights are lights. We're inside the truck. Kitchen, all electric. Oven, beautiful storage space all over the place. Knives and forks, everything lockable, which I love about this. Everything opens and closes locked. It's put together so well and so steady. Phenomenal kitchen space. You can even set up the additional, I don't know how it works, but there's an additional table over here that folds out, that closes off, so it gives you extra workspace for the kitchen. Seating area, which doubles up as a bed as well. What's important to know over here, the weight distribution, and the reason why this tilt angle is so good, is that all the batteries and all the water and all the fuel is way down there. Now, underneath this seat, right down to the bottom over here, all the way across to there, the owner of this truck has now gone and replaced the nickel-cadmium batteries that were in here and replaced them with lithium-ion batteries. He tells me that one of these ACs would run for about 6 hours on all those batteries that were in there in the past. These lithium-ion batteries now give him the ability to run one of these ACs 3 days. The panel over here has absolutely everything. So you've got heater, you've got fresh water pumps. So you've got 4 water pumps over here, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, and everything at your disposal real quick. Check what your batteries are. The management system over here, really great. Touch of a finger and you've got everything going. This truck has 6 air conditioning units in it, right? It has heaters all over the place. So it doesn't matter where the owner takes it. If he's here in the Middle East, the AC is obviously going to come into play. If he goes into Europe or into States or anywhere that he's got to deal with a freezing cold, the heaters come into play. So, well, the carpeting in right now obviously would work for the cold weather, but look at this beautiful floor underneath here. Full wooden floor. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so let's go. We've got cupboard space, clothing space. What I love about this is what they've done with the kitchen over here is they've used boxes. So there's 3 of them stacked in. So what you would do is you would utilize the food that for this week, this is the food that we're going to be utilizing, and our backup food would be behind that, and you would just swap the boxes as you go. Really like the system. It works really well. Full-on fridge with freezer. Freezer is currently running at -28. like being in my own house. It's not like being in a truck that you're going to be doing an adventure on it. Here you have bedding for additional 2 people. Okay, so we've got the 2 in the front that we showed you. And we've got a bathroom over here. So in the bathroom you have a full shower, full bar, a full toilet, and an air conditioning unit for the bathroom as well. I've been told it's about a 150 litre grey water tank, so full flushable bathroom, and the main bedroom. So this is the main bedroom, 2 air conditioning units in over here, and television, and tons and tons and tons of storage. What I like about it, lock boxes on either side. I think you'll agree with me, this fleet is just the dream fleet, and I think every overlander out there or 4x4 enthusiast would love to own at least just one of these vehicles. And since the owner's not here, I think I'm going to take this one. See you later.